So in the previous videos, we have gone ahead and created a brand strategy, brand foundations, positioning, mood boarding, and mind maps for Cosmic Brews. In this one, we are gonna start with the visual identity design, and the first thing that comes is logo design. Logo design is a very important phase of any brand. Of course, it does not work alone. There are many supporting elements in any brand that follow with the logo. So we will be starting with the logo. In this case, I have already gone ahead and created the logo myself because logo creation is a long process and takes a lot of time to create. And I have gone ahead and did all the stuff. Let's move to screen to see how I did everything. So I've actually gone ahead and collected all the fonts that I needed in this case and downloaded them from Envato Elements, and I have them all in my Illustrator right now over here. So each of these fonts have their own properties which I have written on the right, and some of very important things and characteristics that each font has been already highlighted with this light pink color we have over here. So the first font we had was all of these fonts, right, are written in Cosmic Brews, so we can see what the logo will even look like once we have done everything. The first font has this elegant and playful feel with a lot of curls that I see at the bottom of each of those letters, and we can get with all those glyphs. I have switched on glyphs for all of these to see what sort of options do I have in editing. This is a very sweet option, and in this case I'm looking for something very dramatic, something very outwardly, and something that is different. This is certainly not the one that I'll be going for, so we just crossing it. So the next one we have over here is the font name says Berilana. Okay, so the font is already a very sweet one to me. It has some sharp edges. It's a mixture of sweetness and some curls at the bottom of each of these letters. It's a mix of magic and some sweet, and that certainly we're not looking for. So we also have a no to that one. Third font we have is already screwing me out in this case. It's a font with more of a witchy look, and it reminds me of the old cartoons I used to see with witches and everything. So we're not going for that field right now. So we're also crossing that one. And the next one we have gives a very bold view of what we are going for. It also has very bold curls at the end of these or each of these glyphs and letters, and in the form of dots that they have. Now this could have been something very good for a coffee brand if it was to be done over here, but the concept that we have for the brand is very different, so this is certainly not gonna work in this case. And I also do not see any opportunity of dramatism in this. The last one we have over here is Mystical Glorious. I am already in love with this font from the beginning. If I tell you, we have already included this in the mood board as well. I am liking this font, but there are also some problems with this one. This font is giving me a vibe of a very scary vibe right now. So I guess we'll go ahead and try to see what we can do with this one. So I have actually selected this font already and have gone ahead and done some editing on this. So I've already highlighted the sharp corners we have at the end of each one at the center. If we could go on removing these, I hope we can get a very good font out of this. I went ahead and edited all of these, and I remove all of these sharp edges. So this looked very smooth to me and very nice, except that there was some problem with this M over here. So what I tried editing it, but I couldn't see any opportunity in this case, and also we had some problem with W, so I had to do something with both of them. So I went ahead and changed them with same ones with the curves like we have in the C's and O's, and S we went with the same curves, also repeating the same things that we have, and I created this M and W that are both vertical to vertical and a reflection of each other. So that was a nice one. And then I again went ahead and tried to connect the C with C's, but it turned out to be like this, the last C was illegible in this case. So I went ahead and had to cancel this one. I kept on working on this, and until I had my option that I needed was this one. Yeah. So in this, once I had done all the touches in the letters, I went on to add some glyphs in some of these which I could think can be added. So I went on to add some in R, and with some tries, I finally ended up creating it. Yes, I have all it here. Then one more thing that I was wanting to add in this was, since this is a coffee brand and we want some of those coffee features like flowing, dripping, and some of those features we need in this. So I went ahead and added in some of them. Like I have it in the top C, O, the B, the R. Some of these have a very irregular vibe that we are actually looking for. Fluids are not limited to any space, so this is what I came up for these. Once we had selected our fonts, then I went on and yeah, this was the final logo, I remember. Yeah, this one over here. Once we had this done, now this was the time for, since the logo is a wide one, we needed a brand mark in this case, so we could use it in spaces like Instagram. So I went on and created images. Now I'm not very good myself at illustrations, so I have actually gone ahead, and the process in this case is very different for me. I go ahead, I take some pictures, I take some inspiration online from the internet, and I try to recreate on that in Illustrator what has already been created. So just combining different things together so to create something new. In this case, I went with this process. Otherwise, my process is quite different according to the requirement of the brand. So this was the icon that I ended up with. Now this icon is very special, and it has like this round cup and also black hole, you can say, together. These seem very nice to me. At the bottom with coffee dripping out of it, and an astronaut. Since this is related to space, I went on to add an astronaut in it. So the astronaut is actually appearing out of the black hole and is like in a chill vibe. So this was a nice one. And then I went on to add some stars and some planets and some other things to not let it look plain at all, because without these this looked very plain, but now it has got a good vibe. And then I went on to create this brand mark, the primary logo and the secondary logo in this case, which can be used on different stuff. And also I repeated all the elements that we had used already in the brand mark, and that's all. And with that, we have already completed our logo. Now in the next episode, we will go with further color palette creation, illustrations, and packaging design. I hope you like the process, and if you have some questions about it, do let me know about it in the comments. See you in the next video.